So I want to talk to you about expertise-induced amnesia and the curse of expertise. These phrases weren't coined by me, they're actually in some of the academic literature of the research of social psychologists, looking at people who are really elite at a skill and what happens during that skill development and how good those people are or aren't after that at coaching. So expertise-induced amnesia really says what happens to somebody after they've worked on a skill for years and years, and maybe they were already talented, they got on a pony as a kid, and if we think of the skills as running through the alphabet as A, B, C, and D, E, F, and H, I, J, all the way through to X, Y, Z. They got on a pony when they were young, and their body was such that they were already doing A, B, C, and D, E, F automatically right. So those, they've had no experience of learning at all. And during their young childhood, they found their way through HIJ and KLM, and as a teenager, so they went down these levels, not actually knowing what they were learning as they were learning it, learning in much the way that a young child learns during play. So children learn without being able to tell you what they're learning as they're learning it, through a very instinctive reaction or interaction with the environment. And so do the most skilled, talented learners. So most of us end up learning through a rather slower process where we end up knowing what we're learning as we're learning it. And what I do with people is consciously break writing down to its ABCs and its DEFs and its HIJs so that people can learn it in bite-sized chunks and find the answers to problems that may have bugged them for years on end because nobody could find that piece in the puzzle of what they really needed. So let's suppose a skilled rider says something to you. He's pretty certainly saying, do X. What he's saying is the words that are the discoveries of time and talent, perhaps his time and talent, or maybe some of the words that are said in riding arenas by coaches and instructors like grow tall, stretch your leg down, sit deep, use your back. All of these phrases we've all heard. At one point in time, they were somebody's discoveries. And they will have been the discoveries of the world's most revered riders because those are the words that everybody takes seriously and listens to. So we have these phrases. They're X, Y, Zs. But they're said to you as if they're ABCs. So you try to do what you're told, you try to stretch your legs down, grow tall, stick your chest out, be elegant, all these kind of things. And it tends not to work. Because presenting X, Y, Zs as if they're ABCs puts us on very, very shaky ground. And one of the researchers back in the late 90s called this the curse of expertise. And I think the curse of expertise has jinxed the learning of generations of riders who needed to be given the ABCs and the DEFs and the HIJs and to work their way through the alphabet to the point where those XYZs would work. And having spent many years thinking about this, researching this, honing my own riding, really cultivating the field of rider biomechanics, I can tell you that what those phrases really mean is nothing that anybody off the street would possibly do with their body. Anybody told to grow tall and stretch their legs down will lift their chest, will make themselves hollow-backed, will stick their seat bones out behind them, will set their stirrups rather long, will probably stop breathing in the process, and will be doing things that actually are the antithesis of elite riding skills. So the curse of expertise, I think, works on the whole field. Expertise-induced amnesia is the fate of individual skilled riders who have no idea what they were learning back through time, no idea of the skill gap between you as possibly a struggling, less talented rider and them as a talented rider with aeons of experience. And it's a curse and a jinx that I think affects most people and stymies most people in their really sincere quest to master riding skills.